those eastern lights, muggy nights, curtains drawn.
What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40s. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and today I'm checking out the one and only Elton John. This is Someone Saved My Life Tonight. I have never heard this song, never heard of it, and yeah, I'm excited, dude. This album cover, this is crazy because the homie sent this to me. They sent me a box full of records. I did a live stream where I did the unboxing, and all they did was send me classic records, like a bunch of classic records. So I'm seeing this cover, and like sitting right next to me on my floor is a whole stack of records I haven't even gone through in its entirety yet. You know, it's kind of crazy, but this is exciting for me. Also, I want to clarify a few things, because as I'm doing these reactions, I'm learning. And one of the things I learned between comments, between reading blurbs about Elton, because I really enjoy his artwork and catalog. Everything I've checked out from him, he's magnificent. But I remember watching a interview on Vlad TV with the kid who sang the music for The Lion King. Okay, and this kid had this really cool deal because his mom basically, signed a deal where he always gets royalties. And then when it came into streaming and Disney started streaming, he's still making money off of his singing on The Lion King. But in that conversation, something was mentioned where he was working with Elton John. And I was always led to believe that Elton John wrote the lyrics to like the Lion King stuff. And I was course corrected. Elton John typically wrote the music, right? He composes the melodies and all these different things. And in this time, I believe the dude's, what was his name? It was like Bernie. He's a Bernie, bro. Bernie Taupin or something would write the lyrics, and Elton John would write the music. And from my understanding, that was like, most of Elton John's career. Now, I don't think Bernie wrote The Lion King. Someone else. I don't know. I just wanted to correct that because I'll get on here and be like, yo, all hype. Elton wrote The Lion King. And, there's a little nuance there because he did write the music. But, this is a relationship I didn't know until just now. So I'm going into his music knowing that a big part, if not all of his catalog or a majority of his catalog was written. It was like a team effort. He's writing the music, and Bernie is writing the lyrics. And if I'm incorrect there, you guys got to tap into the comments immediately and let me know. But regardless, I'm checking this song out for the first time, and I love the cover because it looks just like a comic book. Someone Saved My Life. If you guys are here for it, like, share, comment, subscribe, and welcome back to the channel.
They tease him a lot, black peas on the spot. Welcome back, 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 welcome back. 40.
All right, I got the logo down, pulling the video up. Don't forget to support the original content on the channel. Also, if you want to check out my other channel, Pegasus vs. the World, over there I do commentary. Over here, we do the music and the music reactions. If you wanted access to the reactions early, there's a membership for that, link in the description. Big catalog of reactions that haven't been released to the public yet, and I update it every single day. So you can have some fun in there. Regardless, there's no obligation. I don't want people to feel left out. Everything from the membership does get released to the public eventually. Just takes time because I only release about 2 or 3 videos a day. So anyways, thank you guys for your support. Huge shout out to all the members. Let's dive right into this fantastic artwork and see what the music is about. Now, I'm watching or listening to this from Elton John's official YouTube channel. Please go over there and rock with him. Stream his music. I just want to pay homage and respect to the original content creator, because what I do isn't a substitute for that. So I always want to push people over to the music and the original work out of respect. That's the least I can do, All right, let's get it, man. Someone Saved My Life Tonight. That's a very detailed title, so let's see where this goes. The piano man himself. Him and Billy Joel need to collab if they haven't. Huh?
When I think of those East End lights, muggy nights, the curtains drawn in the little room downstairs. Prima Donna, Lord, you really should have been there, sitting like a princess perched in her electric chair. And just one more beer, and I don't hear you anymore. We've all gone crazy lately, my friends out there, rolling round the basement floor. And someone saved my life tonight, Sugar Bear. All about hypnotized, sweet freedom whispered in my ear. You're a butterfly, and butterflies are free to fly. Fly away, high away, bye-bye.
Yo, so this is okay. It's hard for me to focus on tracks when it's the first time, right? Because the music is amazing, right? So there's so many different things to talk about here, but the music is amazing. But the lyrics, I'm keying in on. He said you had your hooks in me, and he said something about a rope. It reminds me of the concept of ball and chain, like you're getting married. You know how people say my ball and chain. But then he's talking about a butterfly, and it's almost like talking about, it seems like he's alluding to like dodging, like he needed to be free in this moment. He didn't need to be in this relationship. And someone named Sugar Bear saved his life. Someone named Sugar Bear saved his life. And I'm listening to this, and I'm thinking to myself, like, who is Sugar Bear? Who is this song about? You know, what's going on? Is this about Elton John? Is there like some, because just because he, him and Bernie are writing this music together. Well, Bernie's writing the lyrics, Elton writing the music, because they're making the music together. That's exactly what they're doing, it together. So I wonder how that process goes. Because I work with a producer who makes my beats, and then I write all of the lyrics. This is why I'm such a lyric guy on these channels. I'm really into the lyrics. And so does Elton be like, yo, this is what I'm going through? Or they have this friendship where he knows what he's going through, and they're like, yo, how does this collab come through? And what is Elton going through? Or do I have this totally incorrect? But from all the lyrics that I heard, there's definitely something going on. There's some type of abrasiveness going on. Like, it's like not necessarily abrasive, actually. It doesn't mean he's in a bad relationship. It's just not working for him. He says dear. Technically, you'd say dear. I don't know. Let me listen to this a little bit more. But, then in the music, there was this part where it went doo-doo-doo. And this is what's interesting to me. And I'm going to say this, but I got to put a disclaimer out there first, because I know this person is kind of off their rocker. But I did grow up listening to a good amount of Kanye West, right? And so listening to his production, I'm hearing that he was definitely, and I could be wrong, but he was definitely influenced by Elton John. I'm hearing little subtleties in Elton John's music that I've heard Kanye utilize in his production. So it's very interesting to, like, as I go through this classic stuff, I can tell he was definitely influenced by, let's say, the Beatles, Elton John, John Lennon. There's a lot of different sounds that I'm hearing that I'm like, oh, he was influenced by that, because it's just so established. But this part where it goes that, like I've heard that on a Ye record. It was like, you know, anyways, let's just keep it moving.
Highway, bye-bye.
That part right there sounds like the beginning of a Kanye album, like one of his, like where it's like, good morning. So that's why I was like, I'm picking up on these little subtleties, and I could be tripping, but I don't think I'm tripping. I think a lot of present day pulls inspiration or is influenced by the past, creating what we have today, whether people like that or not. But I'm noticing it more that I attack some of these classic, or what I would call a classic song or artist.
Never realized the passing hours of evening showers, slip noose hanging in my darkest dreams. I'm strangled by a haunted social scene, just a pawn outplayed by a dominating queen. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, damn it, listen to me good. I'm sleeping with myself tonight, saving time, thank God my music's still alive. Someone saved my life tonight, sugar bear. You almost had your hooks in me, didn't you, dear? You nearly had me roped and tied. All about hypnotized, sweet freedom whispered in my ear. You're a butterfly, and butterflies are free to fly. Fly away, high away,
All right. This is definitely about a relationship because it's interwoven in the lyrics. Like once this breakup or this separation or whatever's going on happens, I'm sleeping with myself tonight. And we all know how that is when you go through a breakup or whatever, but he's like, at least I still have my music. And there's something very profound there when you say something like that, because that's like, as an artist, there's like this thing, it's just as you always have, your passion for music, your love for music. And so he's saying he's alone. And you know, it's almost like I felt like he almost left this person for a sugar bear. But when he made this statement of him having his music, at least, he didn't leave this person for Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear is what kind of, maybe, I'm guessing it's a representation of someone who had some type of solid advice or a conversation with him, which led him to this point he is at now, you know? So that's what I'm kind of hearing there with the lyrics. And now I can't unhear this. Like, I'm like, bro, like, straight up, Kanye, I mean, when I'm hearing this music, I'm like, yo, Kanye, I don't know, I could be tripping on that. I could be harping on something that's not there. It's so, like, close. I'm like, oh, yeah, man, that's interesting. That is interesting. Anyway, let's keep it moving. We're rocking with Elton John, and this is Someone Saved My Life Tonight. The music is fantastic.
And I would have walked head on into the deep end of the river, clinging to your stocks and bonds, paying your HB.
Hold on. Am I tripping? Okay, the wording, I have to switch it up, so I'm not going to be super direct because YouTube about the S word that rhymes with you. It doesn't really rhyme with you and I, but S is, you can hide. It rhymes with that. The S word, you can't really say that on YouTube. But was he referring to unaliving himself? Which can come from, these emotional endeavors from relationships. I don't know. He said something about walking to the river and da-da-da-da, and it just sounded like that to me. I could be tripping. Let me go listen back.
Walk head on into the deep end of the river, clinging to your stocks and bonds, paying your HB demands forever. Coming in the morning with a truck to take me home. Someone saved my life tonight. 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 So save your strength and run the field you play alone. Someone saved my life tonight. Sugar bear. You almost turned your hooks on me, didn't you, dear? You nearly had me roped and tied. All about hypnotized, sweet freedom whispered in my ear. You're a butterfly, and butterflies are free to fly, fly away, fly away, bye-bye. Someone save my life. Someone save my life tonight. Someone save my life. Someone save my life tonight. Someone save my life. Someone save my life tonight. Someone save my life. Someone save my life. Someone save my life tonight. Someone save my life. Someone save my life tonight.
So, one, this is just an amazing piece of work. I want to go back to that lyric where he's saying walking headfirst into the deep side of the river. I do think that has something to symbolize with being at such a low point that he was actually envisioning potentially taking himself out, because he immediately goes into someone saved my life tonight, and he hits that stanza more than he did throughout the whole song before he goes into the sugar bear part, which is kind of dope writing, putting those type of symbols where it's like, at first I was just like, oh, when you talk about like saving your life, like, so, oh, someone saved my life, they steered it into a different direction because I dodged a landmine, let's say in a relationship or this, that, and the other. But this, I believe he's saying both. I believe he's talking about, a relationship and his actual life being saved because he might have been at such a dark point. I felt the music carried us with this energy as well. Like the music was like, it would go into someone save my life tonight, which is really high vibration. But also there's this middle tone. It never went dark. The music never was really dark to me, but there was this middle area where it's like telling the story. You could kind of feel through the sonically what he was conveying. And then all these little added layers, vocal layers they were doing. It was just the chef's kiss. This is actually a really good song. This is a really good song. And it's a song of hope too. If you ever feel like you're at the fork in the road, sometimes potentially having your sugar bear, right? Someone to speak with who can, maybe help you course correct is amazing. I have a feeling there's a lot more depth to this than I might have been able to pull out. But again, this is a first time reaction, and I just, it's fun. Like, you got people who know all about these artists and their lyrics, and, people tap it in the comments. I just want to give you guys my first interpretation of listening to it. If we get to a level where y'all want to start, bring it back, you got to react to it again. Hey, man, we'll get there. But as of now, that's what I got from this. And I really actually, dude, Elton John is just something else, man. Give this man his crown. You know what I mean? Anyways, let me know what I got, what I missed. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ.